Hey, coach, how do I address a person regarding their lack of consistency and not being a good communicator after I address my needs and standards in a friendship? Well, you have to understand that friendship is a very valuable position. And not everybody should hold that position. That's why we should never give permanent positions to temporary people, nor should we give permanent positions to people that shouldn't even be there temporarily, right? And friendship, relationship, partnership, hardship are ships that not everybody's equipped to sail with you on. Not everybody's meant to sail with you in a friendship, because a friendship means a friend means someone that's willing to fry with you to the end. A person that's willing to be there to the end. If they don't have no endurance for them, they don't have any endurance for God, they won't be able to have no endurance to be with you to the end as a friend. Relationship, you don't want to be nobody to sell with you in a relationship, because a relationship is to be with someone that relates to you. That's why Jesus had to come in to die, to give us access to God so that we can relate again, so that he could put his spirit in us so that we can now have something in us that relates to God, giving us relationship. Relationship means that we have something that we relate in. And most time people are getting relationships with a man and their purposes don't relate, their personalities don't relate, their ideals don't relate, their values don't relate. They get with women whose value standards, ideals do not relate. Their standards about God don't relate. And now you're selling rough waters with someone on your relationship, and then you find yourself relationship either abandoned or sunken, right? You got people who are partners with people on partnerships or hardships. Not every people, some people's hearts are too hardened to help you go through your hardship. So what I'm saying is that you got to start auditing and assessing this friendship. And you got to ask yourself, what do I want from this friend? Assess their endurance. Do they have endurance? Assess the benefit to requirement ratio between you and that individual. Do they get more benefits from the relationship, more so than they meet the requirements of the relationship? Because oftentimes we give benefits without first auditing someone's ability to meet the requirements. No job is going to give you health care or any type of benefits if you haven't at least proven on paper that you can meet the requirements. And there is a threat looming, or there's this thing looming over people that if you don't continue to meet the requirements, you can be fired. Sometimes we hire people that should be we hire people that should be fired, and we fire people that should be hired because we don't even know what it means to even be a friend ourselves. How can you really know how to interpret who's a friend? How are you able to know who would be a good friend if you're not friends with God, friends yourself, and friendly to yourself? How can you really be friendly or friend if you're not friendly to yourself? Because if you don't have no limits or no standards for you, no values for you, then people will misuse you, right? And so if there's a lack of consistency and they're not a good communicator, it could be that you have a lot of empathy that they're benefiting from, or you have a lot of benefits they're benefiting from, and there's no mutual requirements that y'all both desire to cement and to be something that y'all can build on going forward. So sometimes the best way is not to address them. Sometimes you gotta let the friendship die, and then you demote them. Now, if it's work, now there could be seasons in friendships where friends are going through tough seasons, and you have to be more to them than they can be for you. But when it's your turn, they recoup. They help you. They're back doing what you would do for them. And if that's not there, you just demote them in your mind. Just be like, you know what? There's no need for me to reach out to them. There's no need for me to be consistent with them. There's no need for I match energies. If your vibe is giving me association vibes, you're an associate. If your vibes are giving me best friend vibes, and you have the opportunity to be a best friend, but you have to earn that. Positions shouldn't be easily given. They should be earned. Friendship positions should not be easily thrown out there. Because when you're a friend of God, you're very selective on who your friends are, because you're content in your friendship with God. I don't know new friends. I don't need friends. I appreciate the friends I have, but I don't need them, because now my need could cause them to feel uncomfortable. Because the other flip side is some people are so desperate for friends that they become too friendly, they become too annoying, and then get mad when that person wants to leave because you are trying to make them more to you than they need to be. Now, some people out there is like, you gotta be my friend. That person's like, fam, you're asking me to do what only God can do. There's 3 friends in your life: God as a friend, you as a friend, and people as a friend. There are certain type of things that only God can give through only his friendship to you. There's some things that only you can give to you through your friendship with you. So sometimes we putting too much pressure on friends as peoples because we want them to be a friend to us like God can, or to be a friend to us like only we can. And then now they feel overburdened and weakened and don't want to hang out with you on the weekend because you weakened. All right. And so when you have that process of friendship, when God's your best friend and you're a good best friend of you, then you know how to delegate your friendship or distribute your friendship and know how to determine friendship because when you're desperate for something, you can easily be destroyed by that something. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to engage more content, make sure you check out the videos over here. If you want to learn more about the books that I've written or the cards that I've created or ways that you can support and engage with what I do online, make sure you check out the links in the description box below. And if you've been watching this far, you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell, and make sure you leave a comment. I would love to read it and would love to engage and be your coach online. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.